and my plan was to open tomorrow. And I have a couple people who have contacted me about mostly laser jobs. Interestingly, I thought it'd be more sharpening, but it's actually a few people that have sent me emails have been looking for lasering. The knife stuff, I'm sure we'll pick up quickly once I open up my website fully. So I did some changes. I know it still looks like a huge mess in here, but I figured I'd show you some of what's going on. So I moved my 1x30 setup to the right side of my garage. And you can see here's my height adjustable table that you guys have seen before from my old shop. And it's right next to the door, the garage door. And I did that on purpose because this is probably my messiest thing. So I wanted to be able to just kind of blow stuff out right out the door too. So that was my thinking there. I was originally going to have it kind of in front of the door, but I decided to change its orientation just in case I had to get something in the garage too. I wanted to be able to move it around. And nothing at this point is going to be permanent until I've really determined exactly how I want stuff to be. But that's this station's important, you know. There's my honing wheel I have on this little table, which is kind of old, cool little, like, I think it's like a little secretary's table. It's neat. You got a foot pedal, you push it down, and then it will move around really easily. When I hit this little foot pedal, it's got casters on it, so I can move it anywhere I really want it, or I could pull it out more if I wanted. And then if I want to lock it in place, I just lift that little wheel, and then the table goes all the way down to the floor and locks in place. Had that for a while. I actually had one of my Tormex on there. I've moved my Tormex right to the right of the 1x30s. So I'm going to do all the sharpening on this wall. So this is the Tormex setup here. So I got the black over there, and then I have the other two, and here's the one with the Japanese waterstone, which used to have to be in my basement, but plenty of room for it there. This table will eventually be leaving. This is just a junk table where I'm just putting stuff to get things out of the way. This was one of the things that caused issues for my setup. So I wanted to have my computer right here on this little height adjustable table, and it just didn't work out because it was not getting a good Wi-Fi signal. Unfortunately, all that brick, which is a fireplace, was really blocking the Wi-Fi signal, and I did not have time to bother with trying to do like a Cat 5 connection or something and run it through there. So I'm like, for now, I'm going to just find an entirely new location. So there's a repeater for the Wi-Fi, for the Fios Wi-Fi right on the other side of this wall. And so I decided to try this spot, which is at least working. I am surprised it's still kind of slow, and it shouldn't be because it's wicked fast. We have like 100 gigabyte up and down, and but it's at least penetrating through this wall. But I think what I might do is I'm going to move the repeater to the upstairs part of the house and see if that does a better job of getting the signal down in here. But it's real important for my laser engravers because most of them are connected via Wi-Fi. So you can do a direct wire connection, which I have done, and that's what this wire down here is for. I've done that before, and it works fine. But the Wi-Fi works really nice, and it is also nice with not having wires run to it permanently, especially these machines that I have on casters. I can, move them anywhere, unplug them, and just move them where I want them to be. So this whole row here is going to be Laser Alley. So here's the computer, and I have a second monitor up here for doing the laser work. Here is the fiber laser. Next to it is the 40 watt S1 laser, the cutting laser. And then here is the 20 watt S1 laser. I have not vented those two yet, but what I'm going to do is a multi setup here. So this is very temporary, but I'm going to get rid of this. It's like a dryer vent kind of a setup. And I'm going to put a piece of wood there and cut these out and then do 2 or 3 vents for each one of the lasers so they can all vent out that same window. And I did hook the air conditioner up today. So here's the air and similar thing here. It did okay. It wasn't fantastic, but it was decent. Like it was workable in here. Do I still want a mini split? Yeah, absolutely. I would definitely love to get a mini split. I think I will start looking into that for this garage. This 1200 BTU AC is just not going to be enough to cool this thing. It was about 85 today, and it basically kind of took the humidity out. I think it got down to about 81, and that was about it. So it never got much lower than that. So this is my confusion section over here. I'm not sure what I'm doing with this. I want to have my polishing section also in an area that's easy to clean. So I think I'm going to move my jewelry buffers to this section. Right now it's got a scissor sharpener on it, but I think I'm going to keep my scissor sharpeners over on that bench, or maybe find a completely different place for them. Or it might be just underneath here, because I don't do scissors all the time. So I might do buffing and then just keep the scissors underneath and just pull them up as I need them. So that's kind of a work in progress there. I'm not exactly sure what the final outcome of that's going to be. But that's it so far. I did bring over today my air cleaner, but as you can see, it's sitting on the floor. I did not get a chance to connect that up here and put it up in the middle of the garage, but like I said, not a huge priority, but definitely something I want to get done at some point. One of the holdups on this whole thing was the electrical. So I had to fix outlets on both sides. I put a new outlet in over here and over there. And I think I mentioned the other day I had to put one up in the ceiling. So the electrical kind of held things up a bit too. So, but other than that, it's going pretty well. It is amazing how moving is not simple though. You'd think, I thought I was real organized when I broke down the shop, but it just, through the nature of moving, things just get a little chaotic. I did try and put my most important stuff in the cases that I use for my jobs. So I made sure that I put them all in one area. I did put the other things I have to get to, like the TS Prof giveaway. I made sure I didn't lose the TS Prof. It's over here. So we will be pulling that drawing real soon for the TS Prof. So I purposely put that up there where I would find it. Another cool thing I got, I have to review for you guys, is I got a new collaboration with a knife company called Oldenwolf, and they are German-made knives. And I'm really looking forward to reviewing these for you. They're really, really nice. But I'll do that in a separate video, but I just wanted to tell you about that because that's something that I was able to work on a bit while, even with all the move going on, I was able to collaborate with them and talk about doing a collaboration with them. And what's really nice is they have made some really nice discounts for my followers, which is really cool. And we will be showing some of those knives, and I really like what I saw so far. So that's been really cool, and I will fill you in all about those. I have 2 of them there to review for you, and I just talked to them today about a 3rd knife, and so I'll be showing you guys that as we get into other stuff. So over here is all the laser engraving things that I do in the shop. I got cutting boards up top there, and that's all my wood and acrylic. More cutting boards. Here's all my Tormek wheels. both the CB1 and diamond wheels I have over here. They're just kind of temporarily there. I haven't decided what their permanent home will be. And there you can see there's still just a lot of junk around. But hopefully I will be able to get it all squared away very soon. It's coming along. And fortunately, I didn't lose anybody's jobs. Those two giant cutting boards back there is for a bed and breakfast in Jamaica, and I have to do some door hangers for them. They want their. I'm going to be making their do not disturb sign for their doors, and that's what that package is right there. So that's the other reason I got to get these S1 and S2s up, because I will be doing those on there, because we have like about 100 door hangers to do at some point. Here is still the jet grinder on the little casters, and I'm thinking of adding a buffer on a caster setup like that too, maybe a full-size buffer. I do have another jet buffer around here, but I haven't found it. I think I left it back at the at my shop. I still have things there that I do have to get out. I know one of my microscopes is there. There's one here. The handheld's over there, but I do have to get my Tom Love. It's still on one of my built-in tables over there that's not coming over, that I am leaving for the new owner. But that's it. Yeah, so it's coming along, and there's not much more to add about that tonight. So I hope you guys are doing good, and just wanted to give you that update, and we will be seeing how things go tomorrow with kind of a soft open. So I haven't, I kind of, it's on my website that I'm supposed to open tomorrow, but it still kind of looks like I'm closed. And I kind of did that on purpose because there's still a lot of work to do in here, but I'm kind of hoping the work kind of starts to trickle in, which will help me get used to the new shop too, as far as what's working and what's not working. So hopefully I won't get bombarded. A little bit will come in at a time, and then I can see like, hey, do these different locations work for things? But that's where we're at. Nothing's permanent just yet, but I'm getting a pretty good idea of how I want it to go. And I hope you guys are doing great. And I think probably by next week, we should be good to go. And I think this shop's going to be real nice for filming. You can see it's a good size. I'm going to back up here a bit, so you can see it's there's plenty of room here. It is an oversized 2-car garage, and good lighting, which will be great. So you can see I got this. This is a Rotolite LED. I actually have 3 of these lights. They are fantastic for filming, but they're also great for sharpening. I use these when I used to do a lot of photography stuff, and they were just too giant for my old shop, but I will have room for these here. And I think I'm going to get casters for this stand so that I can wheel that around and put it in different spots. But that's a really nice workshop light. Now, it's not something I would recommend to you guys to get, only because they're ridiculously expensive. They're really for professional photography and videography. And a lot of you guys know I used to do a lot of photography, and that's why I have those. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have these very expensive photography lights that I'm still using for my YouTube stuff. So that's great. Even though I don't do as much of photography anymore, I do at least still have a lot of the gear, which should help with some of the videos too coming out. So we should have great lighting for sure in the shop moving forward, thanks to the increased space, the nice white walls with the drywall, no more of that ugly dark paneling from my old shop. And we'll see how it goes. So that's it. That's the update for tonight. Hope everyone's doing well. And I'm going to sign off here, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.